Welcome back to Crusader Kings to the Mad World. Last episode we died. It's true. We're now playing as Duke Rhino. Oh, fuck hell, I called him Rhino. Duke Rhino to Elephant of Lombardy. What do we have? We have the Lesser Key of Solomon, the Greater Key of Solomon, 2 Demon Summoning, and Alchemy books. We also have Modest Measures, which we can actually use, funnily enough. Now, we're 5. However, one of the large mods I've added to this game is the Childhood Overhaul mod called Rich Childhood. Adds a lot more events. Essentially gives you a reason to play as a child. Because everybody knows in CK2 when you die, you don't really want to play as a 5-year-old boy because it's just completely boring, and a lot of people, myself included, just skip over it. So, hopefully, this mod is going to add a decent amount of things for us to do, even though we are a tiny child. Now, we are being educated in magic, because of course we are, and we are Dragonborn, which means we can learn magic. Now, I've had a look around through all the characters, and I found this guy. He's an arcane master, shrewd, proud, envious, diligent, ambitious, just, and patient. He's also wicked, doing penance, and patron of the arts. Okay, doing penance explains all these good traits. Let's get him to our court. He will join. Oh shit, I thought I'd have to buy a favor. Let's get him to our court, and he can be our new teacher, because this guy's incredibly, incredibly good. Hopefully, he can teach us to be a good wizard. Fingers crossed. Oh, I'm so glad we didn't get Jerusalem then, in hindsight. The mighty Caliph Al-Muqtadi has decided it's time to teach the King Henri II of France and the believers of the dead crucified God another lesson in humility. Yeah, I have a feeling they're probably going to win that. I'm not going to help out with that. Well, I mean, I can't because I'm a child, but I wouldn't have helped out anyway, even if I had the choice. Let's go ahead and make him my guardian. Can I do that? Why can't we assign him as our guardian? Does our regent have to do that? Am I going crazy? Right, there we go. Right, there we go. Now we go... Right. It's weird. You have to assign it from your own portrait rather than doing it through the usual menu. There we go. We now have a really, really good guardian, Demotor. After being skillfully treated by court physician Matthew de Creel, my brother is feeling much better. We can give him 2 gold to make him like us a bit more, or gain 10 prestige. I'm going to give him the 2.2 gold just because this guy is a lunatic, and we really don't want to be murdered by him. He's a really good character, isn't he? I'll compensate him for a job well done. There's your 2 gold. Now, what happened to our mother? Is she still kicking around in court? She's a dragon, obviously, because of course she is. She is still at Court Milano, Italy. Sure. Well, let's see how her childhood goes. Let's start the council before I forget. Oh, God, everyone hates us, don't they? This is our Chancellor, so ideally we want somebody who is going to help us keep the realm a bit stable. Increasing his opinion of it by 0. Huh. Is it because we're a small child? Is that it? Well, let's add Ambrosio to our council here. Now, he probably likes it a little bit more because I've given him a seat. Domain too big. Oh, right. Okay, we are 4 out of 3. Let's give something away then. What's our worst province here? What's bringing the least taxes? Pavia is actually. It's a shame because it's got the most holdings. It actually does, besides Lombardy itself. But I'm in it for the gold right now. Obviously, having a lot of holding slots isn't going to help us too much, seeing as we are a tiny child and can't really do much with that. How about we give it to yet another bishop and have lots of vassal bishops? Here you go. You may have... Oh, the Regency is saying no, because we don't have a fielded council. Of course. He's a really good marshal, so you definitely get a seat. Our steward, well, Matthew actually likes us, so he can have a seat. And our spy marshal actually kind of likes us as well. Content plus 25. Awesome. Right. That's a really good trait to have on your spy master for obvious reasons. Let's try again now. So Pavia, you can have that. They're still saying no. He's returning a favor to Mario Lasan. Who's Mario Lasan? Oh, my spy master, and he is unlanded, so he wants a title. I don't mind landing my spy master. Sure, why not? Here you go. Let's hope he didn't get above his station. He is content, so again, this is probably quite safe. Count Mario of Pavia. Now, because he's on our council, he's also really, really good. That's killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because he now loves us. That's a really good situation to be in with our spy master loving us. Do you want to send him off to the Byzantines? No. I'd rather have him around to make sure we don't get assassinated, seeing as we are 5. I feel like that's a pretty decent start. Okay. I don't know how to say this man's name, so I'm not going to try. You are now called Gandalf. Gandalf is shrewd. Oh, no, he's got tuberculosis. Or consumption, as it's called in this. We do have tuberculosis, now that I look at it, actually everywhere. We might want to shut the gates. Yeah, let's shut the gates. Okay, that's my mistake. I apologize to everybody who has tuberculosis and is probably going to die from it. It's my fault. I didn't notice. Lately, Ealdgith, Matthew's daughter, has been showing symptoms of illness. She might have contracted the plague, but of course, nothing is certain yet. Well, she's pretty much 100% definitely got the plague. Well, it's the consumption. So I'm happy for her to stay. Oh, I don't want to annoy this guy. She can stay in the dungeon. She has to go. What is that? It's just her that's upset with me for a while. It's only temporary. Sure, let's get rid of her for a bit. How long does that last? She's a child, so she really can't do anything about it. And it's going to last for another 2 years. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, no, we have to worry about what a 5-year-old thinks of us. Okay, she's going to be fine anyway. Could have rolled the dice there. What do we educate her? There you go. You can be trained in etiquette. Sure, why not? Oh, no. You can no longer ignore the irritation in your throat. You begin to violently cough. Oh, shit. Matthew DeCreel, please. I hope it's not Cooties. Health +2. Holy shit, good work. Now, he is a lunatic, which means he does have some unique treatment events, which could end up maybe doing more harm than good. Going to trait fatigue as well. I think we may be in trouble here. We do have to get some extra travel from Dragonborn, though, don't we? +2 health, so we should be okay. Plus the symptom treatment as well. I think we're going to be fine. We're still on, what is that, 7 health overall, so I'm quite happy about that. Pope crowns Emperor. In the name of Christ, I, Kaiser Heinrich II, promise to pledge and guarantee in the sight of God and the blessed Apostle Peter that I will be protector and the defender of this Holy Roman Church. Sure, that's fine. That'll keep the realm a bit more stable. Great, okay. Flabertack, I don't know how you pronounce that, excitedly asked me if I want to come along and do forbidden things, pranks and the like. We say yes. Again, diplomacy +1, general opinion +10. That's just the cheery trait which you get from hunting. Or is that carousing? I don't remember. Either way, I say I'm a good boy. Now, rowdy. Rowdy is good if you want a martial education. I don't think it's good for becoming a wizard, so I'm going to say no, I'm a good boy. We did all sorts of crazy and forbidden things. It was kind of fun. Oh, well, we got to do it anyway. And we're now friends with this guy. Sure. He seems like a pretty cool dude. Quick, playful, indolent, rowdy. Maybe not that good. You can be trained in struggle. Let's turn him into a commander. Your court physician, Matthew DeCreel, has come to see you and offers treatment, as long as you know what you're doing, and successful treatment. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. That was a bit worrying them for a second, seeing as this guy is our last good character, really. I suppose we've got another Dragonborn, but... Oh, he is also being trained in magic. Oh, God, here we go. As the Lord, you naturally have all the best toys, and the other children look enviously at them. One of them finally dares to ask if you might play with them. Like I said, get your own toys. Haughty is good. Sorry, willful is good. Haughty is bad. Now, willful isn't that great either. Ambitious is obviously one of the best traits in the game. Brave is also very good. Or we can say, alright, we can share, gives us timid, which is terrible. Or affectionate, which is also pretty terrible. So I'm going to hopefully... There's a chance of getting willful out of that, 40%. Let's roll the dice. Come on, willful. Nice. So 2 out of 3 traits are good. Stubborn isn't necessarily too terrible either, so that's definitely worth it. My nannies are away, and as I roam around the grounds, I came across Lord Tedicio. He looks up and seems interesting conversation. Made it to affectionate. Now, affectionate isn't very good. I'm going to stick my tongue out at him and run away. Fuck you, Adicio. Tedicio. Sorry. Forgotten your name. You awaken, rejuvenated. After some moments of disbelief, you actually realize that your fever has passed and your appetite has returned. You have survived consumption. Awesome. I have added a lot of building mods. Obviously, Flogi's building tech mod is one of my favorites. Now, this gives stat boosts, like I mentioned in the first episode, similar to having a patrician house. So we probably want to focus on these stat boosts quite early on. Not only will they help with our education to some extent, but they'll also just make every character we play as that little bit better. What do we need then? So we need a castle before we can go for the next level of castle domicile. For that, we need improved keeps, noble customs, and siege equipment, which we are quite far off of. We only have 80 in tech advances. I think I invested in construction, which will give us access to a hospital, hilariously enough, which I forgot to build. Oh, we can actually build a trade post as well. That's something I should definitely check out in a second. Small estate for 72 gold gives us an additional 0.1 monthly prestige and 0.3 monthly wealth. That's actually not too bad. It's not a huge amount, but obviously that is an upgradable building. We can upgrade it to eventually the largest level there, which is major estates, which gives a lot of prestige. Marble quarry, tech income +3, and some economy tech points when you've upgraded it a lot. Small dragon tower, excuse me? What do we need for that? Why can't we build that? One of these must be true. Yep, that is true. None of those are true. That is true. Requirements. Holder has the trait dragon. Oh, right. So you have to be a dragon to build it, but it can be active if you are a dragonborn. So I suppose if you play as a dragon and you die and your only heir is half human, half dragon or dragonborn, then you can still use the buildings. Right, I see. Okay, let's go for a keep then, just for that extra 10% levy size. Let's build a trade post and a hospital in our capital. Now, let's have a look at our trade post here and just see where else we can build some things. What are our provinces? This map is horrible. Oh my god. There are trade posts everywhere. So this is actually added with CKC+. Now, Flogi's tech mod also has a stand-alone trade route mod, which I might take a look at, because this makes me want to vomit. Let's take a look at our own provinces in that case, and see what we actually hold. So we have this one here, which is also on a trade post, and Padua, which Venice have built a trade post, and that's a bit of a shame. Do we not also have this one? We do. The HRE has built one there. So our liege can obviously build trade posts in our territory, seeing as he is our liege, technically owns the land. Okay, well, we got a couple at least. That's not too bad. It's better than nothing. Now, are they going to show up in our outliner? Trade, yes, they are. Good. Awesome. I try to get a good night's sleep, but I'm tormented by the horrible recurring nightmares of our people. The pleas for help and the hurtful words begin to get to me. We have to open the gate and help them. I've never understood this event. You open up the gates and you get the trait Abandoned Commoners, giving General Opinion -10. Or I can get the trait Craven. We don't want Craven at all. I'll take the General Opinion -10 for a temporary amount of time. That's good. Right. How long does that expire? Sorry, let me just double check that. Oh, that's only a year. Right, that's absolutely fine by me. Now, hopefully this trade is going to bring in a decent amount of cash. Now, obviously all the building mods I've got are going to add additional buildings to the trade post. If we play tall for a while we're still a kid, it will definitely be, by the time we're a grown-up, we should have a decent amount of gold. A grown-up rather than an adult, good one. Psychopath. Oh. You can be our court chaplain. Absolutely. Now, why do people dislike us? They're all malcontent. I imagine that's probably something to do with the General Opinion -10. Won't be long. As long as our Spy Master likes us, I'm not too concerned. And, of course, he actually still does love us. Make him our cupbearer as well. Seems safe. Oh, hang on. Possessed, content, cruel, arbitrary, impaler. Wait, wasn't this a guy we tried to recruit to the Satanist Guild? Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. I remember that. Pope Constantius' spy master was found spying in Lombardy. Oh, if we imprison him, the Pope is going to dislike us. Well, that's not fair. What's done is done. Let him go. Sure, we'll take the prestige. Why not? Why is he spying on me? There's surely better places than me to get tech from. Wilfrith is really good. Wilfrith? Yeah, he's really good, but unfortunately does have consumption. He'll probably stick around. News from China. The status quo in China is over. China has recently been suffering from droughts and the people are starving as the Great Famine upsets the harmony. So what we can do now is we can actually offer to send aid to China, launch a relief expedition, which will give us grace. It will lower our tax modifier by a little bit, but 10% of what we're getting now is barely anything at all. What's that, 1.3 gold? Really not very much at all. I feel that's probably worth it. It's also 500 grace for the Song Empire. That's a pretty decent amount. If we send a concubine as well, we would be able to get... Why don't we go for that Chinese marriage? Now, a lot of you said marry a god. Might be easier said than done. I would definitely take a look at that before. But if we can't get a god or marry anything kind of interesting, we'll go for the Chinese princess instead. How much can we get for that? Really not very much. Oh, that one's 2,000. Holy shit. We'll launch a relief expedition for China. And we'll also send them a concubine in the form of our dragon mother. She has cooties and consumption, so they don't really want too much for her. Only a base value of 100. Why don't we find a woman to send to China? Is this human trafficking? This is human trafficking, isn't it? Well, that's fine. Join court, yes. Married, no. Gender, women. Let's see what we can find. She's attractive, but unfortunately she's too old. She's pretty good. Attractive. They do like attractive concubines. Why don't we sort by... Okay, so there's one attractive lady. What about genius? There's none at all. Quick. Nope. Okay, well, we'll take her, and then we'll ship her off to China in exchange for some gifts. This is legitimately human trafficking, isn't it? Oh, my God. Isabeau. Isabeau? Either way. Enjoy China. Oh, she's in seclusion. God damn it. Well, when she's no longer in seclusion, then we'll ship her off. Your imaginary friend visits you often, and together you play for hours. But now some people are suggesting for you to spend more time with your real friends. Okay, we get the trait Playful, which isn't too bad. Zealous and Erudite are obviously very good, but we run the risk of getting Frail, which is pretty terrible. Playful, also not too terrible. Gregarious, Deceitful, and Lunatic, they're both pretty good. Affectionate, as we've discussed, pretty bad. Fussy, not terrible, but greedy, and... Well, saying that, it's just greedy that's bad out of that one. I'm going to go for this one, because either of those are alright. What do we get out of that? We did get Playful, which, of course, all of those are good as far as I'm concerned. Not one of those traits is bad. We are in a mad world, so maybe Lunatic maybe does something more than I'm letting on. Duke Rhino, peace be with you. We propose that the Grand Duke Magnus of Saxony and Cielafor, my dragon mother, marry. Absolutely not. She's at least going to China. I was in the woods playing with the wolves again, and one of them started following me home. Can I keep him? Oh, that's nice. Just a random event there. No. No one's marrying my mother. I'm marrying my mother. Can I even do that? Maybe dragons don't follow the same sort of incest laws. No. Those are our choices. Well, look, if we can't ship her off to China, she's at least a good wife for us, I suppose. I'd like to find someone who's genius, but as we've seen, that might be a little harder than I thought. It appears your nurse has found some young animals, is asking which one you would like as a pet. Pet cat, giving intrigue +1. Pet dog, giving martial +1. Or pet songbird, giving diplomacy +2. That's much better. Give me the birdie. My marshal has discovered a man of great military talent called Durante. I hope that's how you pronounce that. Who is willing to serve in my ranks. Sure. Is he that good? He is very, very good. Holy shit. Yeah, excellent. Did we get the songbird? Is it what's temporary trait? Yeah, it is. How long does that last? Forever? Well, there's no expiry on it. So say, for example, we look at sending release to China. We see that expires in 9 years. Have we just got a permanent pet songbird now? That'd be awesome. All right, what do you want? No, you're not marrying my mother. Who is this man we're at war with? Oh, it's the jihad for Jerusalem. Let's not worry about that. Like I said, maybe if it was my Jerusalem, I wouldn't mind too much. I'm sick and tired of being called all sorts of names, dodging kicks and punches, and never being left alone. My tormentor is able to sniff me out and find me. Who is it? My brother. My brother's bullying me? Fight back, gain 2 martial, we become bitter rivals. Bribe him with a sweet meat. What is sweet meat? Will Alberto Azzo's sweet meat tooth make him leave me alone? Try to ignore him. Gain 1 diplomacy, 1 learning. Sold. I'll absolutely take the diplomacy and learning so that my brother doesn't try and murder me. Look at our diplomacy now. We're 8 years old. We're at 6 diplomacy. We haven't got any congenital traits either. So this is coming out pretty well. It's a shame we haven't got brooding or curious. What happened to our guardian? Whoa, 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 whoa. Shit. Well, that really good guardian seems to have died or left. What was his name? Why am I not getting that pop-up? Normally, I've got it set up so at least we'll be notified, like a tier 1 message, if we lose our guardian, but I guess not. Okay, well, I sorted by learning, and I set join court to yes, but seeing as he's left, I thought that might not be the case. He was shrewd. I remember that much. Sort by shrewd and learning, see if we can find him. This guy's pretty good. 23. No, I think he might have died of consumption in that case. Oh, well, never mind. We'll just find a decent mage then, I guess. Who have we got? You're not bad. You're much better. Strategist, zealous, shy, paranoid, gluttonous. They're really bad. Are you really the best we can do right now? Charitable, kind, trusting, temperate. You're only a veteran wizard as well. Now, I don't think the education trait matters as much as the actual learning ability at this stage. Okay, let's go join court, yes. Oh, how fun it is to play as a tiny child. Right. This guy's really good. Look at this. Brave, just, gregarious, diligent, kind. He's only a veteran wizard, but again, it's not a big deal, seeing as it's based more on their traits. Come to court, my friend. Nice. Brother Casimo, you will be an incredible educator. Signed Guardian. He's got some incredible traits, like, genuinely might be better than the other guy we had before. Now, let's make sure this guy doesn't leave. Here's some gold. You get the honorary title of court educator as well, seeing as you seem the most appropriate for that. Can I potentially marry you to someone? No, I don't want to marry him to me, thank you. It's a nice offer, but I don't think it's necessary. That's traits preventing marriage. Oh, he's a monk. Right, okay, my mistake. We could grant some estates. Now, this is a CK2 Plus feature where you give someone essentially land, estates to manage, you know, like a landlord, essentially. That gives him prestige and gold, and it'll obviously increase his opinion, obviously make him more likely to stick around. How much will it cost? 50 gold. Opinion by 10. That doesn't seem worth it to me. We don't have enough gold to be really spending on trying to keep educators kicking around. We do need to keep an eye on that, though, and make sure we definitely are being educated. Well, our trade posts are done. What do we have the option of? Salt Road Trade Guild. So this is a unique building added by CK2 Plus, which you can only build within every a distance of 300. So distance of 300 is actually quite far. If we hover over the capital of HRE here, what's that, Nassau? That was Lanningen. If we hover over that, you can see that the distance to Lombardy over there on the tooltip sort of halfway down is 125. Now, if you can only build one of those every 300, that means between here and Denmark, and of course that's in every direction. Between here and Denmark, there can only be one of those. We should probably race to be the first person to build that building, because it's really, really valuable. And it can be upgraded 3 levels as well. Gives a lot of gold, decent amount of value, trade route income, and wealth. Okay. Right. In that case, let's start building up to it slowly over time. Now, I think the toll booth is probably the best one to start off with. What about in Tortone? Tortoni? Simple toll booth as well. Start building up that gold. Get some buildings so that obviously when we take over, we do have some golden levies ready to go. What's our levy size right now? 8,400. Not too bad considering we're an 8-year-old child. Tadicio Fieschi? Sure. Promised to take me riding today, but when I came to see him, he was drunk and half asleep. Ready to brooding. Brooding is good. We'll take brooding. We poured water over him. He tried to say something, but I couldn't hear what it was. He then got up and raised his fist at me before stumbling and falling. Now he is snoring. We can gain 1 intrigue and 25 gold or brooding. Now brooding can lead to just, so I'm quite happy to take that. Or envious. That doesn't make sense. Alright. You've tried time and... Oh, right, sorry. You've tried time and time again to meet new people, but to no avail. Looks like nobody wants to be friends with you. Well, haughty is terrible. We've already got brooding, so I'm not interested in that. Oh, affectionate, kind, content, trusting, or playful. So basically you're offering me a choice between haughty or affectionate. I don't really want either. They're both pretty terrible. What's got the highest chance of not giving us anything? 40% chance, 40% chance on both. So yeah, 60% chance of either getting haughty or affectionate. I'd rather take affectionate. We did get it. That's a bit of a shame, but not too terrible, I guess. Diplomacy +1 isn't too bad. Kind, content, or trusting. Kind is really, really good to some extent. Trusting is really, really bad, and content is middling. It makes our liege like us a lot more, obviously, but we do have ambitions besides that. Alright, now council. We need... Oh, wow, yeah, you're great. I kind of forgot that you were a monk. Okay. Now, I'm assuming we've got the guy hunting apostates. They should be all on their default. Yeah, they are. Why don't we have this guy collect taxes in Lombardy while we're doing not much else? Have we still got a disease? What is this? Cooties? Goddamn Cooties is everywhere all the time. Okay, this is ridiculous. I might have to tweak Cooties a little bit so it's not quite as crazy. Because it is a health -2. That's a pretty significant disease to get. I'm just seeing if I can find a character with smallpox so we can compare it. Let's take a look at smallpox, relatively. Bear in mind, smallpox is a health -3. Cooties is only slightly worse than smallpox in that case. Maybe we'll make it a little less lethal, because that's quite overpowered, to be honest with you. Oh, Russia formed. Wow, the Russian Empire. Look at that. Okay. Now, I don't remember what I was doing before this, but we've just got a Dragon Amulet. Dragon Amulets are one of the best artifacts, in my opinion, that you can get from China. They're incredibly good. Build cost -10%. Stewardship +1. Vassal opinion +5. Monthly prestige is obviously very significant as well. Holy shit. We got really lucky. So that basically means one of our... Ah, this guy, I guess. Wilfrith must have died, and he must have had a... the Chinese artifact. Right. I received some disturbing reports from my guardian. It appears Mayor Bruno of Policine... Oops. Shit. I just wanted to click on him to see what he was like, and I just burnt him at the stake. Right, I remember what I wanted to. So I actually wanted to start upgrading the hospital in Lombardy. We seem to always have a disease here. Now, again, that's probably a little bit down to the cootie, so we won't worry about that too much. However, it is also really annoying to constantly have these sound effects going on. I think everyone probably agrees with me on that one. So we'll build up our hospitals a little bit as well, try and protect us from the plague. Now, I have set... Oh, my lord, more traits. I have set diseases to, or specifically the plague, to deadly and random. So we could get that at any time. So I'd like to be a little bit prepared for that. Your noble upbringing doesn't give you many chances to be with children your age, and you start to feel more and more lonely. We've already got most of these. I'll take this one, because I don't want timid at all. And we've already got both of these, so I'm going to take that one. I was playing in the woods, playing with the wolves again, and today one of them started following me home. We've already got a bird. We don't need a wolf. We can send a eunuch. We can send our commander for 630. That's actually quite a lot. He likes eunuchs as well. That's his preference right now, which means the value we get out of him is doubled. That's definitely worth it. Let's send him. Now, that's giving us access to a lot of things. Chinese artifact, siege engineer, strategist, scholar bureaucrat. So scholar bureaucrat and master engineers both affect your province. They give you powerful province modifiers. Scholar bureaucrat is focused more on build cost and build time. Imperial marriage would be really, really good. Now, we have to be of age. We can actually only request a marriage for our mother at this stage, which probably isn't worth it. Again, if I can't find a god, I'll definitely do that, because that seems pretty useful. I aim to please. You are welcome, China. Let's see if we can find a god to marry. This could be more difficult than I thought. What about her? Cracker. She is She's Baldur's daughter, so Odin's granddaughter. Now, that means she's probably not particularly relevant. Propose that Duke Rhino and Cracker get betrothed. Yes? Really? Well, okay, sure, why not? Let's see if that works. Why is he allowing that? So the sweet Duke Rhino, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. You don't even like us that much. Council Hall prestige +1. Have we got? Oh, we do have 250 prestige. Wow. Set your suggestion of a betrothal. Bragi, Baldur? Oh, right, because Tyr is ahead in succession anyway. So, that's very weird. He's got a lot of children as well. Sure, Duke Rhino and Cracker. We are now married to Odin's granddaughter, or at least betrothed. It'll be a while yet before we can do anything about that. Okay, we're burning another man. Wait, my brother? He's an immortal creature of Satan who preys on the blood of the living? This monster must be burned at the stake. That's good. Right, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that, given that there's probably 2 surviving members of our house right now. Oh no, that might have been a really bad idea. Well, anyway, that's one less person to worry about. Now, our other brother really doesn't like us. What's wrong with you? All I did was burn our Kinslayer, -10, that gave me Kinslayer. But he was a vampire, and it was my priest that suggested it. That doesn't matter. The Pope can get rid of that. It was worth it to bump off one of our brothers. Having 3 brothers, all of which are a little bit ambitious, you know, they're all dragon-blooded. They're probably after my land. Seems worth it to have burnt him. They're probably just jealous because I'm married to Odin's granddaughter at this stage. Or betrothed. Betrothed. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, no. Brother Cosimo. God damn it, what did he die of? Greatpox, leper, and consumption? What is happening? Are they taking infected blankets, do you think, and dying? Maybe the mod maker didn't restrict it to players only. Oh, no. That's a lot of diseases to have at once. Greatpox, leper, consumption. Is there even... Your own realm is ravaged by... What have we got in Lombardy right now? Cooties, and there's a little bit of smallpox. That's possible, I guess. Greatpox is syphilis, so we can get that just from being a dirty monk. But leper as well, though? This is very odd. I have a feeling the AI might be killing itself off with infected blankets, but we'll keep an eye on that. Now, what I can do is if I open this up and we get rid of our gods there, let's type in instead infected blanket and see who actually has them. Yeah, look at this. The AI is taking infected blankets for themselves. Oh, come on, mod maker. I trusted you. There's no wonder everybody's dying. Right. Do we like this? Is this something we like and we want to keep around, the AI killing itself off with infected blankets? It's quite funny, I guess. Oh, no. Well, as long as we don't do it, we're fine. You know what? I like that feature. We're leaving it in. It's almost as annoying as the Comic Sans. I woke up early and found a sealed letter addressed to my mother. I wonder what it could say. Getting the trait curious, that's awesome. So that becomes shrewd or cynical, both of which are pretty good, to be fair. Or sympathies for other religions. Learning +1, which is going to help out with our magic education. Oh shit, we didn't give ourselves a new educator. Sorry, my mistake. I was so distracted by the infected blankets. There we go. Any mage at this stage is a good mage. Wait, why have we lost so many stats? Oh, right, Kinslayer gives diplomacy -5, doesn't it? I remember. We're not actually that good. As long as we've got Brooding and Curious, though, we should be able to come out with a decent level from magic. Getting the trait Curious. She came downstairs just as I was opening the letter, but she wasn't angry with me. She's told me it's considered rude to go through other people's belongings. Shut up, you're a dragon. What would you know? It's a boring letter anyway. I agree. Right, well, we've got Brooding and Curious, so hopefully our education will do pretty well at this stage. The jihad for Jerusalem fails. The greatest, it seems, does not favour the Muslim faithful. After a string of defeat and setbacks, the Caliph has called off the jihad for Jerusalem. God damn it, I wanted France to be punished. You've been reading a lot lately, and you've taken up the protagonist of many stories as your hero. What makes him so wonderful? Should we gain the 2 learning to help out with magic? I'm assuming magic is a learning focused education, so I'm going to take the 2 learning. We're child -2, although we've got pretty good learning then besides that. We would be up to 7 right now if we weren't so young. Has the trait Cooties. Oh my god. That's the worst thing I could have imagined. Health -2. Well, the Dragon Blood cancels that out, so we're probably not going to die. Just as the soup kitchen was built as well, damn it. Now, the Leper Colony gives the best disease resistance for the cost you put into it, so Just definitely save up for that. Try and repel some of these goddamn cooties kicking around. Oh my god, I hope Odin doesn't break the betrothal because we have cooties now. Asgard? History? Just Odin? Who are the claimants on Asgard? Balder Tyr? Oh shit. Oh shit. Octavio the elephant was completely drained of blood? I haven't got an heir. Thank you for watching. Next episode, let's hope we don't die of cooties, eh? Oh shit.